Okay, now that you have your acetate sheet glued on to this part of your name, image, word, you will leave it aside and you will come back to this one that has the glitter. This one, you can either add some of this, which I recommend, or you can just go ahead and glue it. Add some hot glue. Now you're going to be adding it to your foil poster board. And press. And it's going to look like this. Now you get your lights, whatever color you'd like. In this case, I'm using clear. Now that the lights are unrolled, we're going to get this one and we're going to get this one. And I like to add, start the light somewhere where it's not too thin so that you won't see the little hole that I'm about to make. So I'm going to choose right there. So I kind of like calculate more or less where it is. So I kind of poke a tiny little hole right here just to mark. You go to where the hole is, like that. And I like to use a screw because this one makes the hole big. And also, if you notice, this is the kind of screws that are used for outdoor, so it's doesn't leave the ugly smell on your hands. So you make the hole for the lights. Okay, there. Now my lights will fit. You run the whole thing, or if you want to leave a little bit of lights to the back. Sometimes I leave this much so that this can go around the flower itself, or if it's just going to be for used for decoration, well then I leave them short. Right there to where the last light is. Oh, this one doesn't have that many lights. And the cord is long. Okay, so now what I do, I just go ahead and start cutting my my tape. I cut small pieces, kind of like this. And I start adding them. You can cut them smaller. It's up to you. This is the size I like to cut them in though. This tape, I like to use it because when you add the light right on top of it, it helps the light not, you won't be able to see the light through your letter. I'm going to go ahead and pause this so that I can finish this and then come back. Now that I already have my tape, I will start taking off the little piece, this little clear part off, and work my way. I want to make sure that most of it is lit, so it kind of like go back and forth, as you saw, to make sure that it has light in most parts. See, right there I have a light, I have a light, I have a light. But being that this wire is so far apart, I have to be going back and forth. When you cut the pieces long, it helps you get the wire right, like on the letters, so that it won't be sticking out on the sides once you're ready to glue this to your glitter. Notice how I don't have a light right there. So what I'm going to do, see, I have one right there, but I want one right there. So I will come back. I'm going to forward this video because I'm pretty sure you already got my point of what's to be done. And so we don't make it too long. I'm sorry I had to make this video in parts, guys, but I can't be standing for too long, so I have to do something, then go lay down for a bit and then come back. But that's how it's looking. I'll come right back. Okay, so this is how it's going to look when once it has all the lights. And now what I like to do is I like to add a second little layer of this mounting tape. This one is the one that's going to help it hold down to your cutout. The second, but make sure you add it on top of where you already have tape. Don't add it on the where there's no tape. See, I already have tape right there, but the tape on the bottom is what I use so that the wires won't move around once I add in other words, to secure the wire. That's what I use the first layer. This second layer is to hold on to this part. I'll come back once I've already added the second layer. Once you've already added the second layer, you start taking off the little peel that it's got. And you have to be very careful because you really can't see it. So sometimes it'll stay right on your cutout, and you'll be able to see it when the lights turn on. I'll be right back once I take off the little peeling. Okay, once we've already taken off the peeling, we start reeling this like slowly because we gotta have it ready. And now this I like to add. It is not needed, but if you want your project to really last, I recommend you use it. You can always just use hot glue and it'll work. But and just add little dabs of it. You don't really, but mainly like on the tips. Just little dabs. This is pretty strong. This glue is pretty strong, so just little dabs just to secure your project. Once you've added that, make sure you use a very hot hot glue gun. The hotter the better. Otherwise your glue will dry before you even get to gluing this together. Before you start adding the hot glue, make sure you don't see the little you don't see wires, or you don't see the peels from the tape. See, I see wires right there. So I'm going to fix that. Okay, so I got it. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some hot glue. Just the reason for the hot glue is because this other glue that we just added, the Gorilla, takes a bit to dry, but the hot glue will automatically anchor it. Well, once it dries, of course. Once it cools down. So now all you do is get them together. Start reeling them in. And you place it right where you want it. You pull this. And voila. Sometimes the glue will get on your letters, but don't worry. Just get a little cotton swab or a little Q-tip. Spray some alcohol on it, and it'll come right off. So this is your final product. I hope you liked this video, and once again, I am sorry it had to be in parts, but for those of you that don't know, I had a back injury, so it's very hard for me to be doing the things that I need to do to make the video. And plus, I don't know how to edit. Thank you so much for watching.